What's up guys, Brad here from Gmotional.com, and today we are doing yet another loadout video for you guys to try out. Today we're focusing on yet another assault rifle, this one being the Type 25. This is by far one of my favorite assault rifles in the game, mainly because it's not only great at like mid-range and long range when you're burst shotting, but it's also really powerful up close and when you're playing aggressively. It's to me it feels more like an SMG when I'm running around with it, but it is classified as an assault rifle. So basically we're going to start off with Type 25 obviously, and then the attachments we're going to use the reflex sight. It's a lot better than the stock sights. I don't like the stock sights on the Type 25. The reflex just makes it a lot easier to target your enemies. And then we're also going to put fast mag on here. This is just for fast reloads and stuff, which is really useful with this type of gun because it's really meant to be a very aggressive playing style setup. This is perfect for like small and medium sized maps where you know you're going to be encountering enemies a lot. It's going to be perfect for pretty much anything related to, you can use it in team deathmatch. You can also use objective-based games. It really just depends on what you're playing, but it's really a really well-rounded class, so I like it a lot. For the secondary, we're going to throw in the Cap 40. Really, the Cap 40 is like the most overpowered pistol there is in the game. It's literally like just having a handheld machine gun, and it's like it goes through ammo pretty quickly and stuff, but when you got you know, enemies coming at you pretty quickly from around corners and stuff, this is very quick to switch to. It's very easy, and you don't even have to aim really if you're really up close because the spray on it is pretty tight, so it really hits the enemies pretty well. So I like using that. And then for the perk 1, we go with Hardline. I like getting my score streaks pretty quickly, and Hardline just makes it more possible to do that, especially with this setup when you're going to be constantly encountering enemies and hammering on them with the guns. You really want to be able to rack up your score streaks pretty fast, so Hardline really helps with that. For perk 2, we're actually going to take 2, so we're going to take a wild card and do perk 2 Greed. And what we're going to put on here is Toughness, which just helps you for when you're getting shot, you know, the little recoil, the little bounce that you get in your gun while you're getting shot will be a little bit less, if not non-existent, because the Type 25 really doesn't have a ton of recoil on it anyway. So Toughness really pretty much eliminates that. And then we're also going to pick up Scavenger, simply because with both these guns you can run out of ammo pretty quickly. It's really, especially when you get on these high kill streaks and stuff, you want to have ammo, replenish your ammo all the time. And it also works really well for your lethal and tacticals that we're going to take later on. Okay, so, and then for perk 3, you don't have to have a perk 3. You can't, like, if you don't, for instance, for the lethal, let's go ahead and say this. For lethal, if you're playing objective-based games, I recommend using a C4 just because you can toss it in on the objective point and get a kill really quickly, or take out enemies, or at least take out their shields. Most of the time, C4 can really get the kills quicker just because it deals more damage than the rest of the explosives here. But if you're not going to play that, I would recommend using the grenade or Semtex. I'm just going to throw on a C4 for this. For tactical, you can choose to either use a tactical or choose a perk 3 on this class. If you're going to go with tactical, I'm going to have to recommend using the EMP grenade. Especially for objective-based games, you can throw this in on the objective. It'll take out tactical inserts, C4s, claymores, stuff like that, just so you know you're not going to run in and, you know, immediately explode while you're walking through the doorway. But if you choose not to use a tactical, just remove that and go for a perk 3. And if you're going to go for a perk 3, I would either recommend using extreme conditioning, just so you can run around a lot longer, get around the objective points, or get around to the longer back ends of areas so you can flank your enemies and stuff. Or use tactical mass so you don't have to worry about flashbangs, concussions, shock charges, and stuff like that. Either one of those is really useful. For this particular class, though, I'm going to go ahead and just take the EMP for the tactical. And that's pretty much it, because that's your whole pick 10. This is a very powerful class, guys. If you really get used to it and get used to swapping between your Type 25 and your Cap 40, it can be very effective. Usually if you're in tight corridors, you're going to want to stick to the Cap 40 as much as possible, just because it's quicker, it's faster to run around with. You can get, you know, if you go 2-3 enemies come charging at you all at once right around a corner, it's a lot easier to spray the Cap 40 and get them than it is to pull out your Type 25 and aim. The Type 25 is really meant for more mid-range combat. You can also use it long range if you kind of like try to burst shot it a little bit, but it's really effective at medium range. So this class setup is really well for small to medium-sized maps. It's just really meant for an aggressive player, though. If you're not an aggressive player, I wouldn't suggest using this, but if you are, this is great for picking up a ton of kills and just getting really high kill streaks. For the score streaks that we use for this, I usually just recommend running UAV, counter UAV, and orbital VSAT, just because I like to keep my eyes on my enemies and be able to know exactly when they're coming around the corners and stuff, because like I said, in this particular setup, you're going to want to be really aggressive and just go straight for the enemy, so you want to know where they are. So that really helps out. If you're really just aiming to get more kills, I'd probably recommend just doing UAV, counter UAV, and lightning strike. Just something real quick and easy. You don't have to go for the super huge kill streaks all the time. You can choose to replace the lightning strike with something bigger like the Warthog or a Swarm if you're a better player, but be honest with yourself. If you know that it's very difficult for you to get those kind of kill streaks, don't worry about it and just use lightning strike as your tier 3. And that's it for this class, guys. Cheers.